Over here in the north, I can't believe he won that last game. He is
So Dear.
And down here at the south, a champion. He is
Maru Prime.
He's got a towel in there too. That's like the unlockable. Yeah, the unlockable when you beat Gumiho in a game, you get a towel.
The towel trophy.
There's a lot of people in here, Artosis.
Are there? Yeah, there are. Oh my God, there's a ton of people down there.
It's much more full than a normal
they're all
day.
watching Starcraft right now.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome? What a great world we live in.
I guess the universe is fair after all. Starcraft is on TV now.
Yeah.
That's some civilized stuff right there.
That is civilized.
That is civilized.
This is the way things should be.
Yes.
Things are the way they should be. So, Polar Night, let's talk about the map just a little bit.
It is a weird map. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, like, for instance, a Blink Alden can be very strong here.
The real thing with this map, guys, if you look at it, the main is accessible from any corner here.
Yeah, it's 360 degrees.
So blinking into the main is good. Drops or Warp Prism Harass is good. So we do have some special strategies tailored for this map that we can see that just do so much damage early on.
And, you know, the thing is, if you get into the later game as well, then Terran has a lot of areas to drop. So it kind of makes it obvious that Protoss might try something early, and Deer did grab 2 gases, but this is why Maru isn't opening Command Center first. He's opening with a Reaper, because he really wants to know what's going on, what are Deer's plans here. Because if Deer just tries to go into a macro game, then that's a situation where Maru, with his drops, can do an even better job than last game.
Yeah, this is true. So Deer now getting his Nexus up. I can't believe Maru lost that last game.
Well, you know, he did end up losing a lot of CVs and whatnot. Deer played a strong game. The only real big mistake that Deer made was the fact that he lost that third base during that time because he was moving out and it just kind of caught him off guard.
Yeah.
Like, if Maru hadn't gotten that, I think the game would have looked pretty one-sided for Deer about 5-6 minutes later.
I gotta agree with
Maru
that.
into a pretty tough spot. So Maru started to make stuff happen, but Deer's composition was just too good already.
Command Center about halfway complete now. And nobody elected on this map to do anything too crazy at the start. Now we do have a Stargate. Maybe I spoke too soon. Okay.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, so the Stargate at this time, it's something you don't see quite as often. It's it's going to be for Oracle. Obviously, he's going to grab an Oracle. But there's a few different strategies that we've seen in the past. Not very often, but with the later Oracles, a lot of times Terran isn't as prepared for that. So we could see, for instance, a couple Oracles made. If you go in with 2 Oracles at the same time, it's a lot more risky because they have a lot more time to catch it.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a lot less units. But something like that could occur. I feel like he is just going to go off 1 Oracle, though.
All right. Here's that Oracle being warped in now. So this Oracle gets out. We don't have much more we can really cover here for you guys. Let's talk about something Artosis.
What should we talk about, Tesis?
Oh, man, I was hoping you just had some awesome fact. Let me think here. What is your favorite Game Boy game? Go.
Like which Game Boy?
The original Game Boy.
The original Game Boy.
No, like, from Game Boy Color. Like, something like that.
That's a good question.
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Maybe Pokemon?
Oh, probably the best. I was thinking Tetris, actually, for me.
Yeah, Tetris is quite good.
Tetris is so good. I don't know about the other iterations of Tetris, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't really
Some
like
of them, they're
much.
trying to add more. I'm like, no, the game's fine. Now, anyways, we do have that Oracle coming in here, and this thing just could do so much damage to these workers. You got 3 kills there, 4 now. Oh, now he's not paying attention here. The Mothership Core goes down, but he does get the Nexus Cannon off. That was close.
Yeah, that is the important part. Now, 8 kills already on this Oracle. This is a pretty big deal, to say the least. Like, Maru is in such a terrible spot already. His poke did nothing but kill a Mothership Core.
And he's out of energy now.
12 kills on this Oracle. This is such an effective Oracle. It's actually... Like, the Oracle could die and the Starport could explode right now and he'd be fine, you know? He'd still be ahead. But he is going for some Phoenixes with this. Now, he's also getting the Twilight. So it looks like he's probably going to go into charge right away. And actually, Haswab was telling me on Meta last week, Tastes, about this really cool build where you open with the Oracle and you go into charge. And what you do is, as they come out with their first push on the map, you can throw down a Revelation on the army, and then you just catch it with your charge lots, and the game is over.
Oh, that's cool.
That's kind of neat. So I don't know if that's what he's going to do. I haven't actually gotten to see that strat yet, but that comes to mind right now.
I would love to see something like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. I really like this Deer character, Tasteless.
Dude, he's really good. This is why I was predicting earlier on that I think he might actually win the whole thing. That's a sickly place. Did you see that Widow Mine?
Yeah, I love how he's hidden.
Ooh.
And that's probably going to end up killing
so
one of these Phoenixes.
good. Look at that.
Yeah.
He's being a sneaky snake.
That's pretty brilliant. Like, that's really hard to see.
You can't see that. Okay.
Well, that's a lot of damage. Okay, well, he doesn't lose the Phoenix, so that's good. Still has all 4 of them. Now, we do have charge on the way, but that +2 armor as well as the Templar Archives. These Phoenixes, as long as he can keep them alive, they are going to be really, really worthwhile at pushing drops back a bit. And his army's going to get really scary as well, Tasteless. This is... I am really liking this strategy so far from Deer.
Now, we have the Phoenixes just continue to just shave off bits of the Terran army here and there.
Lost the Oracle.
Oh, phooey. Now, will Maru be able to push out here and do the damage he needs to do? I mean, we got Charge Lot, Archon, Templar as the tech route here for Deer.
But Maru's playing really smartly as well. He's actually going up to 5 Raxes. Like, he's not trying to get a 3rd command right now.
Yeah, he would probably be run over if he did try to do that.
Yeah, I would say certainly. That would not end up working out in his favor. So by going up to those extra Raxes is definitely going to help out quite a bit. His SCV count is catching up with the probes a bit, but part of that is the probes are not being made non-stop right now as he does add all of his production, getting his upgrades as well.
All right, he's moving out now. This is the phase of the game where now Protoss has to kind of return to his base and get into a defensive position here. And this is all that Terran has seen, but we have a lot more information here. You can see both players, and you can see everything here. Now he's just trying to make sure that he has these Marines following the Phoenixes and not really engaging anywhere else.
Now, Deer is taking a 3rd base. Everything looking pretty darn strong for him right now. Maru's still moving around the map, but his army will not actually beat Deer's army right this second.
All right, well, I think he feels otherwise here. He's going to go ahead and continue to chase down Maru.
Yeah, and Maru could be in a lot of trouble. Doing his best to kite, and that's actually some very good kiting. But with those high Templars, this army just will get shredded if he does an actual engagement.
He's going to try to come up here and maybe snipe high Templars and or sentries. There's only 2 of those sentries, so that's not a ton of force fields.
I think it's going to be pretty heavily for Guardian Shield as well. You know,
that's true as well.
Having +2 armor and Guardian Shield out right now against just a +1 attack is really going to help out. This Phoenix is still being a bother, being a nuisance. Still trying to move up a little bit. He just needs to land. If he lands like 1 or 2 good size storms,
that was what we were talking about there too.
A lot of feedbacks going down.
To back up a little bit here. We don't have the normal preview PC, so I can't tell you guys how much energy is in all those medevacs, but Deer has decided he needs to start to turn around now. Now, these slower units like the sentries and critical tech units are going to get picked off here. They can't run that fast.
And his Phoenix is actually flying through the midst of everything. He only has a couple of them left now, so they aren't really going to be all that useful. Might just decide to put those on patrol somewhere or throw them in with his army, something like that. But Maru's done a good job. He's kept himself alive. He has a good-sized army right now. And he has started that 3rd command.
All right, and he is going to go ahead and try to hit this third base. Let's see here. We don't have a mothership out, do we? Protoss players are still doing this. They don't remake the mothership, they lose it. Okay, now minimize the road here. And actually not doing as much damage as I expected it to do.
Yeah, if that had hit a middle Zalt, that would have been huge. But right now, this army's starting to look really good. I love this little group of units. He's trying to bait storms. He's trying to kill High Templars. Anything like that. Just
look at
really
this
spreading.
Look at this spreading. Absolutely beautiful.
Well, here comes these High Templars. And
okay, that storm was not very effective.
Not that good. You know, Maru is he's handling this so well with his control, but it's becoming a lot of Zealots right now, so.
Yeah. Now making these Archons here. Then warping another row of Zealots.
And this micro from Maru is
this
so
is actually
good.
the best micro I've seen in a while here from Darren. I mean, he's doing so much damage with what should not be able to do this much damage. You know?
Well, yeah, he did a lot more there than what I thought he was going to.
Yeah.
You can see he even has a supply lead at this point, but the thing is, even though he's whittling down the Zealot count and forcing out some storms every now and then, killing a High Templar. Oh, hold that thought, Tasis. I feel him dropping the main. Maru doing a fantastic job. It looks like, he's going to run home, but how much is he going to lose before he gets there?
He's going to go ahead and take out the Nexus. No more chrono boosting there. That'll have to be remade. Oh, gets the Forge now, and the Nexus will go down as well.
Ooh,
meanwhile, another attack over here at the third base here of Deer. The Phoenix is now chasing out these medevacs, so there's not enough to do adequate damage.
And Maru is just all over the place right now. His supply lead goes to 20. He's hitting this third base hard. The army way behind, and Maru has his other army dropped off on the low ground again.
Okay, now I don't think this game's going to look like the last game, but I'm happy to eat my words. I don't think Deer can push across the map now and kill Maru from here.
No, certainly not. You know, his side storms, while he's landing them, it's only on select groups of units that Maru has already okayed to be stormed. This is just fantastic control from Maru this entire game.
Yeah, Maru is just tactically is the superior player. I mean, this is 2 games in a row we've seen this where he's just completely outmaneuvered Deer. You know, the way he's controlling his army is crazy, man. I mean, look, he spreads it out so well. Look how he's optimizing the amount of damage, making only the units that need to run. Then he re-engages here. He's dragging Deer all over the map. And that's it, GG. Damn. All right, so we're 1-1. But I got to say, from those last 2 games, I do want to retract my prediction.
You want him to just go with the normal? I think Maru will win because he has great control.
If you look at the previous results, he won before. He will do it again. Deer, you could see concerned here. I mean, he barely won game number 1, and game number 2, Maru was everywhere.
Well, you know, I would say that is the hardest map in this pool for him. So I'm not counting him out quite yet, but Maru definitely did outplay him in that game, Tasis. I love the control. I love the small groups of units running forward. Deer just didn't have enough to hold on there.
This is a great match so far. And these are great games we're seeing.
It certainly is. I'm excited to see how it goes. It's basically down to a best of 3 from here.
Yep. Really, really cool stuff. Again, Maru, tactically, like the way he's engaging here is terrifying for anybody who's ever played Protoss.
You know, and if we look at the next 3 maps, it's, I believe, Yonsu, Derelict, and then Akalon.
Yeah.
I believe. So,
no, you're right.
I think that's pretty solid still. I feel like Derelict is going to be quite a good map for Maru.
I got to agree with you. Well, we're going to go to game number 3 after this short break, so don't go anywhere.